Hello, event planners. Last month a client called me in a panic. She'd just wrapped up what should have been her company's flagship conference. World-class speakers, premium venue, months of planning. But here's what happened. By day 2, attendee engagement had dropped so low that sponsors were actually asking for refunds. The networking sessions? Nearly empty. The exhibition hall? People walked through like it was a shopping mall, barely glancing at booths. Does this sound familiar? Well, here's the plot twist. Her next event, 3 months later, saw a 68% jump in engagement using one simple strategy. So what changed? Welcome back to the Eventify podcast, where we turn event planning disasters into success stories. My name is Kevin Rosenquist. I'm your host today, and we're going to dive into the game changer that literally saved her event series. Gamification. Let's be honest, we've all been to those events where the energy feels flatter than a 3-day-old soda. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to be that way. Gamification isn't just some trendy buzzword that'll disappear faster than free coffee at a conference. We're talking about a strategic approach that's backed by some pretty impressive numbers. Get this, 93% of marketers are jumping on the gamification bandwagon. And the gamification market is expected to grow by over 30% by 2025. Those are insane numbers. That's not just growth, that's explosive growth. And when you see brands like Nike, KFC, and M&M's all playing the gamification game, you know there's something real here. So, why should you, as an event planner, care? Because your attendees are craving engagement, and traditional methods just aren't cutting it anymore. Now, before we dive into the how, let's nail down the what. Event gamification is essentially the strategic use of game elements to attract, engage, and convert your attendees. Think of it as tapping into that same dopamine hit people get from completing a level in their favorite mobile game, but channeling it toward your event objectives. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Great, now I have to turn my professional conference into a carnival. Well, not quite. We're not talking about bringing in bouncy castles. Though honestly, that might not be the worst idea for some events. Can you imagine? The magic happens because people thrive on validation, especially the positive kind. And here's where it gets interesting for all of us event folks. Research shows that adult learners score 14% higher on skill-based tests and 11% higher on factual knowledge retention when gamification is involved. Your attendees aren't just having more fun, they're actually learning better. What's really cool is that this isn't just a young person's game. While Gen Z grew up with controllers in their hands, 93% of employees aged 45 and above say gamification has improved their work quality. That means whether you're planning a tech startup summit or a traditional corporate retreat, gamification has legs. The beauty of gamification is its versatility. Whether you're running virtual events, hybrid experiences, or good old-fashioned in-person gatherings, elements like virtual phone booths, scavenger hunts, trivia quizzes, and interactive puzzles can seamlessly fit into your event strategy. All right, nerds, let's get a bit nerdy for a minute, but the fun kind of nerdy. Why does gamification work so well? It all comes down to basic human psychology. Think about the last time you got really excited about something. Maybe you solved a tricky puzzle, won a friendly competition, or even just got a bunch of likes on a social media post. That feeling? That's your brain's reward system doing its thing. Gamification hijacks this system in the best possible way. When someone completes a challenge at your event, whether it's attending their first session, making 5 new connections, or finding a hidden QR code, their brain releases a little hit of satisfaction. And once they get that first taste, they want more. This is why we've seen a 68% rise in event app gamification when rewards and incentives are properly implemented. People don't just participate more, they connect more, learn more, and remember more. It's like turning your event into a positive feedback loop where everyone wins. And the best part? It's not manipulation, it's motivation. You're not tricking people into engaging, you're giving them fun, structured ways to get the most out of your event. So now let's get tactical. Based on our experience with hundreds of events, here are the 8 elements you absolutely need to nail. First up, define your goals. This might sound obvious, but you'd be surprised how many planners jump straight to let's add a trivia game without thinking about the why part. Ask yourself, what do you want attendees to do more of? Network? Visit sponsor booths? Pay attention during sessions? Your gamification strategy should ladder up to these specific objectives. Second, make it inclusive. Here's where many events drop the ball. Your gamification needs to work for the executive who's attending virtually from Tokyo and the recent graduate who's there in person. Design activities that bring people together across formats, not divide them. Third, keep your UI clean. Nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to download a clunky app or navigate a confusing interface just to play your games. If it takes more than 30 seconds to figure out how to participate, you've already lost half your audience. Simple, intuitive design wins every time. Fourth, timing is everything. You wouldn't schedule a network break during your keynote speaker, right? Same principle applies to gamification. A selfie contest works great during coffee breaks, but a complex trivia challenge? Save that for when people have mental bandwidth to spare. Fifth, bring out the gifts. Let's be real. People love rewards. A lot. Your most brilliant trivia questions will fall flat without proper incentives. We're talking everything from digital badges and shoutouts to actual prizes and exclusive access. Think about what would motivate you to participate. Then deliver that. Number 6, go social. Instagram exists. LinkedIn exists. TikTok exists. Ignore them at your own peril. Make sure your gamification elements are share-worthy. When attendees post about your creative challenges, they're essentially becoming your event ambassadors for free. 7th, integrate with your event app. Gamification can't be an afterthought tacked onto your event. It needs to be woven into the fabric of your attendee experience. This means working with platforms that can create, customize, and measure your gamification efforts all in one place. And coming in at number 8, personalize those leaderboards. Generic leaderboards are boring, but leaderboards with personalized badges, flags, and achievement levels, now you're talking. People love seeing their progress and comparing it to others. Just make sure everyone has a fair shot at recognition. Let me get you thinking about gamification done right. The Fitness Explorer. Imagine borrowing from Nike's playbook and tracking attendees' step counts as they move between booths. Suddenly, visiting that sponsor booth isn't just networking. It's part of a fitness challenge where top walkers get rewards. We've seen this boost booth visits by over 40%. How about the adventure story? Create a themed experience where attendees follow your event's storyline, unlock levels, and earn points by engaging with different elements. Think escape room meets conference agenda. One client created a Save the Company storyline where teams had to visit different sessions and booths to collect clues. And consider quirky push notifications. Instead of boring reminders, try messages like "Smart enough to compete with Sarah and Mike? Find out at the innovation station." Or during a lull, "We see you scrolling, but did you know the next session starts in 5 minutes?" Personalized, witty notifications get noticed. How about a product launch game? Launching something new? Create a virtual challenge where attendees use your product features to defeat obstacles or solve puzzles. It's product demo meets video game, and it works incredibly well for retention. Another idea? Reward kiosks. For in-person events, set up kiosks that ping attendees' phones when they're nearby. A quick form fill or QR scan gets them a reward. Low effort, high curiosity factor. The possibilities are endless. Treasure hunts, virtual selfie booths, bingo cards, spin the wheel prizes, even AR experiences. The key is matching the right format to your audience and objectives. Now here's where I get to brag a little, but in a way that I genuinely hope helps you succeed. At Eventify, we've built gamification right into our event management platform because we've seen firsthand how transformative it can be. Think about your current event planning workflow. You're probably juggling multiple tools, one for registration, another for the event app, maybe even a third for surveys, and heaven knows what you're going to do for gamification. What if you could manage all of that from one dashboard? With Eventify's built-in gamification features, you can create custom challenges in minutes, not hours. Want to encourage booth visits? Set up a treasure hunt challenge where attendees scan QR codes at sponsor locations. Need more session engagement? Create an Attend Your First Session challenge that awards points for participation. Our leaderboard system updates in real time so attendees can see their progress instantly. And, more importantly, so can you. You're not just hoping your gamification is working, you're watching engagement metrics climb in real time. The customization options are pretty extensive too. You can adjust point values based on what behaviors you want to encourage most. If getting profile photos is a priority for future marketing, you can weight photo uploads higher than other activities. But here's what really sets us apart. Everything integrates seamlessly. Your gamification challenges can tie directly into sponsor booths, session attendance, surveys, and network activities. It's not an add-on feature, it's part of a comprehensive event management ecosystem. We've also automated a lot of the tedious stuff. Virtual awards and badges get assigned automatically based on achievements. Winners get recognized without you having to manually update anything. This means you can focus on the strategic elements while the platform handles the execution. Hey, events are supposed to be engaging, right? That's literally the point. But in a world where everyone's attention is constantly being pulled in 15 different directions, traditional approaches just aren't enough anymore. Gamification isn't about turning your professional event into a playground. It's about recognizing that humans are wired for challenge, achievement, and recognition. Then designing your event experience around those truths. The numbers don't lie. Events with gamification see higher attendance, better networking, increased sponsor satisfaction, and improved learning outcomes. More importantly, attendees leave feeling energized and connected, which means they're more likely to attend your future events. If you're ready to level up your event engagement, video game pun absolutely intended, I'd love to show you how Eventify can make gamification effortless for your next event. We're offering personalized demos where we'll walk you through exactly how these features would work for your specific event type and audience. You can request your demo at eventify.com or reach out to our team directly. Trust me, once you see gamification in action, you'll wonder how you ever planned events without it. All right, thanks for tuning in to the Eventify podcast. Until next time, keep making events that matter and maybe throw in a game or two or three while you're at it.